Yo, what's going on? This is Drew Mitchell, Destin Legend YouTube channel for all you other Destin Legends out there. I apologize, I'm a couple days late on recording this video. I was in California, had a lot going on. So anyway, typically again it's on Sunday, first day of the week. Destin Legends, destined for greatness, destined to shine. Anyway, I hope you guys been putting in work and following through with your task and your goals. I've been changing, I have a whole list of topics to discuss on for the upcoming weeks, and I've changed this one recently just because there's been a few personal instances in my life recently that really challenged me a lot on personal growth, my level of personal growth, and forgiving and understanding others. And so I think this, today's message is on forgiveness and healing. And I don't even know how to begin here, because I know so many of us harbor feelings of pain and anger and hurt our entire lives, from the time we were infants all the way up into adulthood, senior citizens. Thank God I became aware of this amazing healing at a Danny Johnson seminar. It was either first steps to success or creating a dynasty, and there is a very powerful segment in day one of her seminar, and it's on forgiveness, because she tells us that until you have forgiven yourself and forgiven others for anything and everything that they may have done to hurt you or made you feel not good enough, or you're not pretty enough or smart enough, or whatever the case may be, until we release those feelings of bitterness, it's only hindering and handicapping us. It's holding on to unforgiveness and harboring bitterness. I read this a long time ago. It's like taking poison and expecting your worst enemy to die. You're only hurting yourself. You think it's hurting them by not forgiving them, but it's only hurting you. So what I want to do is first touch on what you may not have even become aware of, what you've been holding on to, just because you push it so far down and so far deep into that darkest crevice of your heart, and the dark part of your soul that you never want to talk about because it's so painful. But I challenge you, we're going to revisit that right now. And it starts back to infancy or childhood, and we started having dreams as a kid, and no one had to tell us to dream or how to imagine. We just did it. We lit up with excitement. We could put ourselves in any situation. I don't want to get off subject here, but the point is, along those stages in life, someone began to tell us that our dreams didn't make sense, or to grow up. And say some. What is it? Spud Webb. I forget how tall he is. Maybe 5'7", 5'9". And he wanted to be an NBA basketball player. And they tell him, "Oh, you're not tall enough. You're not good enough. You're not fast enough. Whatever the case may be." But look, he proved them all wrong. If you're a student out there and you want to go to Harvard, Yale, Brandeis, anywhere you want to go is possible. Who cares what anyone else is? You might even had a teacher, or a brother or sister or parent say, "You're not smart enough. You don't get good enough grades." Screw them. Who cares? Buckle down, study, make it happen. You can make it happen. So anyway, those are seeds that were all planted over you as a youngster, and that's just one small example. And you've been harvesting that your entire life, and that might be one reason why you're not successful and why you're failing, is because in the back of your mind you still hear that voice, oh, you're not good enough, you're not smart enough, you're not tall enough, you're not pretty enough, you're not the right color, you're not the right sex, you're not the right race, whatever the obstacle, the stereotype has been labeled on you. It's time to bury it today. And so pain, resentment, bitterness, everyone's had their hearts broken, everyone's been lied to, everyone's been betrayed, manipulated, and the first thing you want to do is like, oh, you're dead to me, like, I'll never forgive you, it's unforgivable. First, I'm going to say this: nothing is unforgivable. There's been families of people that have been murdered in cold blood, and they had the grace, the wisdom, the understanding, the love and healing to be able to say to the murderer, whoever killed their family member, we forgive them. And if they can do it in that situation, women, you can forgive someone who's raped you. You can forgive someone who's beaten you. You can forgive someone who told you you weren't pretty enough, you're not tall enough, you're not smart enough. And I want you to understand, to forgive someone does not mean that everything is okay in your relationship and that you're going to go back to being like boys or girls or boyfriend, girlfriend, or best friends or business partners or acquaintances or anything like that ever again. Forgiving people is setting you free. So the exercise at Danny Johnson's event, what we would do, first is start out writing your name in big, bold letters on a sheet of paper, because, she taught us, reminded us, that I know there's something, I'm going to say this to you right now, I know there's something that you're holding on to, that you beat yourself up again about, that you have guilt, you regret, like, oh my God, I wish I would have done this. You keep just pounding your head against a wall, and forgive yourself. Forgive yourself, and this might be a daily activity until you go on in life and you realize, oh my God, I remember I never forgave myself for doing this. And life, no one's perfect. Life is about learning, about growing, changing, adapting, and developing and becoming the person that we've been created to be. And so you can't beat yourself up. You have to forgive yourself and learn from it. Don't make the same mistakes. All right? But move on. Forgive yourself first. And then secondly, you need to write down, a name or a few names of people that you need to forgive. Whether they're a parent, an ex-boyfriend, a girlfriend, ex-wife, ex-husband, brother, sister, anybody, a work colleague, an old business partner, an old college buddy who dated your girlfriend or boyfriend and you never forgave them. Maybe someone who's cheated on you, someone or a father or a mother who walked down their family for drugs. This is not who you are. Holding on to that bitterness is only going to haunt you and cripple you the rest of your life. You will feel a freedom. You're just going to feel a freedom. Your wings just spread and you're going to soar after you do this exercise. And the weightlessness that you feel, it's like you got the weight of the world. You're holding the burden and the weight of the world on your shoulders, and it's like someone just takes it off, and you can breathe lighter and see brighter, everything. So I'm telling you, forgive that person, and this is how you're going to do it. And it's great at one of these events because you have someone stand up and proxy for the person, a male or female, that hurt you in life. And you say the person's name was Tom. Tom, I apologize. Will you forgive me? And say specifically, what are you apologizing for? What are you asking for forgiveness of? And that person will say, I forgive you, I release you, and I bless you. And if there's someone that, that's if you need forgiveness or something, but if there's someone that you need to forgive, you say their name out loud. Say, Jessica. Say you're a guy and in college you had a girlfriend named Jessica, and you gave your life to her, and you thought you guys were gonna, you guys thought you were soulmates. She was destined to be your wife, and you found out that she cheated on you, and so you know what, Jessica, I forgive you. I release you, and I bless you. That is going to set you free, and I guarantee you, holding on to bitterness, resentment, unforgiveness of past relationships of any sort, whether male or female, has affected your past and present relationships with other people in that spectrum of events. So maybe all your relationships have suffered and struggled because you have not dealt with the pain and the burden and the insecurity, the fear, the hurt that you've been harboring all those years. So I promise you, when you release that, forgive, release, and bless, you're going to be set free. And forgiveness it's big. We need it on a global scale. We need to forgive and move on. This life is just so lost sometimes. But I pray, I hope, believe, I know, if we start forgiveness one person at a time, the world will be a better place. So take these words, take them to heart, let them resonate with you. Use what you feel, what you don't feel, discard them. But forgiveness, 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 forgiveness. Hope, peace, love, prosperity, light, life. I love you. This is Destined Legend Drew Mitchell. Tune in next week, Sunday, back on our regular time for Destined Legends. Destined for greatness, destined to shine. Shine bright in the meantime. I believe in you. Peace.